Smart automation, better business. Learn how to optimize your business with Solved.
Hello, my name is Ben Schneider. I am a consultant at Solve.cloud, and I'm here to answer the question, how do I use households in Salesforce Financial Services Cloud? Let's jump in. Salesforce is the #1 financial services CRM, and a large part of the reason for that is Financial Services Cloud, and specifically households. So the households feature, just to break down a few fundamentals. The household is in Salesforce, it is an account record type. So you have business accounts, other types of accounts, person accounts. Household is one of the types of accounts. It shows a group relationship between individual members, household members, typically family members, businesses. So if a family or a person owns a business, it can show the businesses owned within that family. It shows other financial entities like trusts that are owned by members of the household. And then it also shows external advisors like lawyers, CPAs, other things that contribute to the financial health of the household. In addition, it allows you to roll up related records like tasks, events, financial accounts, to view them all in one place on a record in Salesforce, which is the household. A few things regarding customization. There are some features about households that come out of the box with Salesforce Financial Services Cloud. A few of those, the household record type, you do not need to create that. It is pre-created for you. In addition, there are several relationship objects, and I'll get into those in a little bit more detail in a moment, but those are the objects that link accounts to contacts, accounts to accounts, contacts to contacts. Those are created for you to use. Record page components. So when you go to an account and you want to see a relationship tree, you might call it, to see how the household relates to the businesses and the people, those actual visual components that you can drag and drop onto a record page are already there for you to use. In addition, some of the standard objects in Salesforce do roll up to the household level automatically, and I will show that as well. Some things that you might consider customizing. The Lightning record page. Like I mentioned, you do have components that are prepared out of the box for you to use, but you might want to customize them a little bit further. The creation of households out of the box is manual, but in some clients that I've consulted in the past, they have preferred to automate the creation of households, and you can do that through Flow or Apex, or even using the App Exchange in Salesforce to find a package that allows you to automate the creation of those households. The account, contact, relationship roles. And also I'll add here, because it's similar, the reciprocal roles. So the account roles. Those have to do with specifying what kind of relationship accounts have to contacts and accounts to accounts and so on. They have some pre-selected options there, but you may want to customize those to meet your requirements. And then finally, if you have other custom objects or other standard objects that you would like to roll up to the household, you would need to configure an automation to roll those up and display them on the household. So without further ado, let's get into Salesforce and show a few demos of these features. Okay, here we are in Salesforce Financial Services Cloud. So I created this test environment by applying for a free trial org, and I've included the link in the description so that you can do the same if you would like. These are all sample records. This is not actual data of real people. So we see here a household. So the Adams household. I'm on accounts here. I clicked into this record. You'll see a few things to start. We have some interaction fields that you can manually or configure an automation to automatically populate these. And then here we have financial summary fields. So I'll get to these in a moment, but I'd like to navigate here to this relationships tab. One thing to mention, I have modified this view slightly to show me exactly what I want. I have the details here in the first tab in relationships. That is something you will want to do to customize and make it fit your user's use case. So if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see here I have, let me make this a little smaller. The household, the Adams household is right here. All of these people, Rachel Adams, Nigel Adams, and Scott Adams, are people within the household. And then we also have the Adams Charitable Trust, Alpine Group, and Community Recreation as entities or accounts in that household. Rachel Adams is our client. Nigel Adams is the spouse of Rachel. And then down here below, you can see a related household. So this household here is extended family of the Simmons household. And then these other accounts here, Cumulus Restaurants is a business of Rachel's, and Community Recreation, Rachel is a client at that business. And then you also have a lawyer here, Ivan M. Cole, who is a related contact in the Adams household. So, a few things to mention. Let's actually click here. So I'm clicking on this little drop-down button, makes it larger, and click Edit Group. This screen here is where you configure the members of the household and which records roll up to the household level. So I've got here Rachel Adams. Her role is client. And then I have primary group is checked. What that means is that the related records of Rachel Adams are rolled up onto the household. So a single person account, this is very important, cannot have more than one primary group. The reason for that is that we don't want to double count Rachel's records in one household and in another household. So Rachel's records will only roll up to a single household because she is marked as the primary group here. She's also marked as the primary member. What that means is that she is the person that a user would contact to interact with somebody from the household. There aren't any technical implications out of the box for this primary member checkbox or toggle. It is more an indicator to a user that she is the person to contact at the household. Here you can see we have activities and objects to roll up, so you can choose to roll up tasks, events, financial accounts, assets and liabilities, and so on. These are some of the standard objects that roll up out of the box. You can also roll up records of those objects from another member of the household, so Nigel Adams, who is the spouse. Then we also have here the other entities or the other accounts. We can see here the roles. If I remove that, you can see reciprocal roles. I can search here for client. So client business relationship here and other ones. So I will cancel out of this in a moment. You have an association here. And then finally, we have the relationship with other accounts, and Rachel Adams has a relationship with Ivan M. Cole. And that's grayed out because if you go to Rachel Adams' record, you'll see that he is listed as a related contact there. Now that we have talked about editing and configuring members of a household, let's look at those roll-up fields mentioned previously. So you can see here that I am a system administrator in this environment, but we do not have a pencil or an edit icon next to these fields. That is because they are automatically rolled up from the members of the household, which is a great feature. So you can see here total investments, $1,337,000. This is a roll-up of all of the financial accounts in this household. So there is a record or an object specifically called financial account. I'll go to this one here, mutual fund investment. It is a record of an actual account of a client. So this one here is Rachel Adams' account, her mutual fund investment account. Neil Simmons is a joint owner. And this is really important here. The record type is investment account. So if we go back to the Adams household, in the total investments field, this number shows all the rolled up value of all the financial accounts where the financial account record type is investment account. Here we go. So Other ones here, same concept, bank deposits, total insurance, non-financial assets. These are all roll-ups of financial accounts. You might be wondering, where do we find the different record types of financial accounts? Let me show you. Here in the top right, if you go into Setup, this is where you configure all of the metadata and settings. I can go to the Object Manager, Financial Account, click in. If I scroll down here to Record Types, you'll see all of the record types for financial accounts. So these are created out of the box. I did not create these, and these roll-ups work out of the box as well. So a few of the things here that you will want to be aware of. Let's go over to the account object. As I mentioned previously, a household is a type of account. In configuring the view or the components that you would like to see on the household, you will go to a Lightning record page. I've opened up the correct record page over here, Wealth Client record page. You can also do this if I go back to my household by clicking the cogwheel and clicking Edit Page. That will open up the record page for which the household is using. So if I see here now, I go to relationships, I can see the relationship groups. That was the component I was using previously. I mentioned that some of these components come out of the box, and this is one of them, Relationship Map Financial Services Cloud. If you click here on the left, Relationship Map Financial Services Cloud, you can drag and drop this onto your page and it will be there. We haven't already, so we can remove it, but there are other components here. For example, this group members one, or relationship group list, related accounts. These are all Lightning record page components that come included with the Financial Services Cloud package. Finally, to include one more item for customization, there's one more item I would like to discuss, which is the account contact relationship roles, as well as the reciprocal roles. So in customizing your Financial Services Cloud implementation, you may want to change, remove, or add the roles that are applicable for your business. We go back into Setup and go to Object Manager. Come in here and click Account Contact Relationship. Click Fields and Relationships and scroll down to Roles. So this was used in, I'm going to go back over here to my household, in Relationships, Edit Group. This is the field here where I'm choosing Rachel Adams' role in the Adams household group. I have client, dependent, and all of these other ones. If you want to customize these, this is where you would do it. So we're back in Setup. You can see here we have client, dependent, and all of these others. This is a multi-select pick list, so a person could have multiple roles. This is the spot where you customize the account contact relationship roles. To customize the account relationship roles or contact relationship roles, you use an object called reciprocal roles. I won't get too in the weeds about how these work, but I will show you where to find them. So in the app launcher, the 9 dots on the left, you type in reciprocal. Navigate here, you'll see all of your reciprocal roles. You can click into one of these. There are two different types of reciprocal roles, one for contacts and one for accounts. What that means is the account role record type is for account to account. The other one is for contact to contact. So we can see here the role is accountant and inverse role is client. And what this means is that there is another reciprocal role record where the role is client and the inverse role is accountant. That's just to indicate that which person is the accountant, which person is the client. When you create a reciprocal role, if you check this box that says create inverse role, it will automatically create the inverse. So that is where you would configure additional reciprocal roles. And to show you where that is used one more time, going into a household, I edit this here, this is the related contact. Rachel Adams, related contact, Ivan M. Cole. Related role is lawyer. That is a reciprocal role. So you can see here, lawyer and client. Now, that is all for our hands-on demo. Thank you for watching this video. I have included here the sources I have used for this video, including the link to get a free trial org to test out some of these features yourself. If you'd like to watch more of our videos about financial services, click the link that is showing above. And if you would like to learn more about how Solved can help automate your business and get the most out of your financial services cloud implementation, leave a comment or visit us at solved.cloud. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. We can't wait to help you automate your business. Please like, comment, or subscribe for more.